Hey YouTube, T Holtz here. Looking at my 20-gallon high, heavily planted, overly planted 20-gallon high tank. Let's zoom in here a little bit. You see we have some new inhabitants. Right there in the screen are 4 rummy nose tetras. There are more than that in here, but I usually don't see very many of them, being the tank is so heavily planted. I usually only see 4 at a time. I did see 8 in here yesterday, so I know that there is a decent school of them in here, but I'm not sure exactly how many. Rummy nose tetra is a very attractive fish and delicate, not necessarily the easiest fish to keep, but I have been able to get a little school of them going in this tank in recent weeks. Like I said, I think there's about 8 or so. At least that's how many I've seen. I know I put in more than that. I found a couple of them that didn't make it, but most of the ones I bought did make it. Also in here, I have 3 of these rosy barbs. There's 1 male and 2 females. He chases the females around. He's not doing it now, but he spends a lot of time chasing the females around. There was 1 black neon left from a school that I've had in the past. I believe there's a couple of regular neons in here as well. There's a couple of Quarry Cats. And let's see if we can see him over here. Well, there he is in the corner, an angelfish. He's not going to come out now that we've got the camera on him. And there's one of the female rosy barbs there in the darkness. And there's a little bit better look of the angelfish. Plants in here, obviously overgrown. I got an algae issue on this anubias. This anubias got a lot of algae and on it. Was a lot worse than what it is right now. There is Amazon sword plant here in the corner, a very large one. I've been taking some of the leaves off of it recently to create some more space and to let some light get down into the bottom of it. We have some kabamba right here and quite a bit of kabamba over here in the corner. Some chainsword right here. Really hasn't moved over that much. I did have it spreading out, but the lack of light getting to the bottom has limited the chainsword to staying right here in this corner. That's how I let my tanks. I just I don't have the cleanest tanks in the world, and I don't have them well aquascaped either. I just put the plants in, let them grow. Some anubias starts over here, and it goes all the way across. You see all the algae on there. It was a lot worse. What I've been doing is there's a new leaf coming in there right in the center. What I've been doing is I've been using 1.5 times the recommended dose of Seachem Excel, and the algae is nowhere near what was in here just a few weeks ago. If you're careful and you use about 1.5 times the recommended dose, it does kill the algae for you. If you go more than 1.5 times, it has an adverse effect where it starts to harm primitive plants like the Java moss, which is also here on this piece of wood that you can't see. Here's one of the female barbs. The top of this tank here has some floating plants, some water hyacinth mainly, which came from my outdoor container pond. I put a few of them in here. They're doing well in here. They're doing better in here than the water hyacinth was doing in my 75-gallon tank that I made a video of yesterday. Also some red root floaters. This is Aquatic Life T5HO light. And I have two hang on the backs in this tank. I have a Aqua Clear and a Whisper. Here's the Whisper 40 there and an Aqua Clear 30. I like over here, if you can see it, how the there you can see it, how the Riccia moss is growing and the Java moss is growing up out of the water. All this right here is above the water line. This is it's actually Riccia, which is attached to some Java moss, and it stops right there where my thumb is because it's not getting any light right there. It's all drawing moisture from the water and growing up the filter. That's why you see the filter looking so dirty right here where the outtake is, because I don't want to take the filter out to clean it. I like the way this is growing. So, and right here, it's growing up to the top of the filter, stopping right there where the light stops shining on it. This filter could use to be taken out and cleaned, but I don't want to pull it out and then I'll mess up the way this Riccia and Java moss is attached to the filter. This tank has been up and running probably about 4 years or so now, I think. Maybe a little bit longer. Most of these plants have been in here that whole time. That's why you see the algae on these Anubias leaves. Plant's been in here a long time. And I just let things grow. I should, thin it out. I should pull up some of this kabamba. But I just let things happen. I do always do weekly water changes on all my tanks, so that the water's nice and clean, low in nitrates for the fish. And the angelfish doesn't want to come out. He's actually a nice looking angelfish, a nice orange color, but I guess I'm sitting here with the camera. He usually does come out and swim around the front of the tank, but I'm sitting here with my phone and that's got him scared into the corner. Yeah, at least you can get a look at him there. He's got a nice orange color to him, fading off into silver or white on his stomach. And he doesn't want to come out, staying right in the corner there with me. I wish we could see more of these rummy nose tetras. I know there's at least 8 or 10 in there, but they, with all these plants, they manage to keep themselves well hidden. That's my 20-gallon high planted tank. Please leave a comment if you like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.